There's something quite fascinating about the sound of running water, as if we just have an affinity with it. Maybe because our bodies are primarily made of liquid water, somehow we feel a sort of connection. It strikes me that over the last few years I've been investigating certain fundamental flaws in the nature of the world which we live in. It certainly seems without any doubt that humankind in general is under a form of manipulation by some ruling elite self-governing body which may well have been in power for thousands of years, according to some of the research what people have done. This being the case, it seems apparent that trying to fight against this inevitable onsurge of suppression of the human species can only be likened to standing waist deep in the sea with the waves coming towards you, expecting that you can stop the wave just by putting your arm out. As the wave passes by you with all its might, thousands and thousands of tons of water, just a few yards behind, where it expires itself and crumbles away into nothing and eventually sinks into the sand and slowly creeps back to the oneness of the sea from which it came. I can only assume that the same analogy may well apply to this inevitable global onslaught, whether it be called the Illuminati or the New World Order, the governing bodies, the banks, the Rothschilds, whoever. It's inevitable, with all of their might and all of their determination, that some changes are going to occur. But trying to oppose them and fight against them is completely nonsensical. What we must do as individuals is to turn our energies into ourselves to make sure that our own house is in order. Now, the reason I say this is because research has shown that consciousness, individual human consciousness, exists outside of the parameters of the physical body, and to all intents and purposes we create our own reality. Now, that may sound a bit far-fetched. Look at the I once read a small anecdote in a book which was written by a friend of mine, Dr. Mansukh Patel, and it basically went, two men looked through prison bars. One saw clay, but the other saw stars. Now, the profundity of that statement is your own individual consciousness is what will shape and mould the world in which you live. It's as if consciousness or the universe is alive to your feelings as an individual and your thoughts as an individual. So pretty much whatever it is you put out is what you're going to get back.